everybody, this is Michelle with Creative Operation and Country Craft Creations, and I just wanted to share with you a little shopping haul that I just received. I needed to restock my black and coffee brown felt artisan cardstock, and I also needed to get some magnets, and I picked up a package of the large and the small magnets. I'm gonna use some of these in upcoming projects, but then I wanted to share with you, these are new products at Country Craft Creations that are absolutely the coolest. So we have new products from Anna Griffin in the store now, so please check the store out. I will have links down below. And two of the items that it was must have for me were some embossing and cutting folders. And so I picked up the two sets. So I have the anniversary paper tricks here, embossing folders, and then I got the ribbon border cut and emboss folders. And today, before I was, when I was getting ready for the video, I thought, well, I'm going to play with them a little bit and kind of check them out and see how they work. So they're really cool. So this one here came with, I want to say, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 different folders. 2 of them are wide and will take up to 5.5-inch papers, and then the other ones are border strip kind of size. But they do different pleats in the papers, so you can do different things. And then these are for rosettes. So I thought that was kind of fun and interesting, and I wanted to check it out. So I purchased these, and this is paper that came in the folders just to kind of show you what you can do with all of these things and make beautiful, 3-dimensional borders on your layouts, but you can also use them on, cards, whatever project you want to work on. So yeah, I got these and I was super excited about that. And then, so let's just go through these real quick so I can show you kind of what they do. It's really fun. So like I said, there's 8 of them here, and I just kind of did some examples, and I used some kind of practice paper, so it's not the greatest paper in the world, but like this one is this fancy folded smocked border, which does this kind of really cool little pleating thing around. And I ran it through, and one of the things that I did when I ran it through, and this is, I guess, kind of a tutorial, or I don't know, not really a tutorial, but like a hints and tips kind of thing, just doing these strips and playing with the folds, because I haven't made anything with them yet. I will, but I haven't yet. One of the things that I wanted to do was, when you open up the folders and you see where the lines are for the embossing, I wanted to see how wide they were. So because if you are going to do scores and you're going to do folding, you want to make sure that your scores are across the entire paper. So that was one of the things that I did, was I measured and found out what width these strips need to be. So like, for example, this one for the fancy folded smocked border is 2 inches wide. So that means that the scores go across a 2-inch area. Excuse me. And then when you get it and you start playing with the folds, when you fold them, you'll notice on this one of them is kind of offset on each side, and then the middle ones are straight. And that is because when you fold this up, it kind of makes an area where you can pleat, which I thought was really cool. So, I was just playing with the folds, kind of seeing how they would go. And I think this is really neat. They will make amazing borders and rosettes, and like, I'm thinking wall hangings, all kinds of different things. You could use them, like I said, on cards or whatever, but this is really cool. So that was the first one, the fancy folded smocked border. And then let's see, this one here is the fancy folded diagonal border, and then this one here, when you fold this up, and this one was a 1 3/4-inch wide strip, by the way. When you fold this up, it does like that. So you have this kind of really pretty zigzagged area here. And, I think this is going to be really fun. So like, this one here was used like right here, and it looks gorgeous on a layout, doesn't it? The one I just showed you they did it in a circle and it made this beautiful kind of rosette around, a border around. I thought that was just lovely. So that was this one, the fancy folded diagonal border. This one here is interesting. This is the fancy folded banner and corner embossing folder. And this one is an interesting one because this one does, if I can show you, this shape right here, okay? And it's, they used it around this photo here. It's kind of an interesting thing, but when you fold this up, and it makes two of these things, when you fold it up, it looks like that. And then what you are supposed to do is take a pair of scissors, and the diamond shape that embosses here is basically like a cut guide. And you're supposed to cut that out. And I'll do it on both ends so you can see the full effect here. And then you can use this as a border. You can, you know, like it says, stick it in a corner of a page, you know, and have kind of a pretty thing. So that's what it is intended to look like. And then, of course, I was kind of looking at it going, I wonder what else we could do with it. And so then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, well, you could probably alter the shape here. And I'm trying to get the folds here. And again, this is practice paper, so forgive me, because I wanted to see how it was going to work. So I folded this one across. This one, the strip, to have the scores go across the paper is 1 3/4 inches. So I did figure that out. So here's that second piece. So one of these strips will do 2 of these pieces, right? And then you're supposed to, you know, cut it like this and like that. Let's cut those pieces out. And that one, the strip wasn't quite long enough, so we'll just kind of fudge it there for a second. Okay, so you have your 2 pieces. Let me grab this one that doesn't have the measurement on it. I was thinking you could alter the shape by maybe cutting from here all the way to the corner, and then, you know, that would, and I'm just going to rough cut it here, but, you know, that would kind of alter the point a little bit too. So it'd be, you know, a little bit different. Or you can go from this corner here. So I'm already starting to think of different things, you know, different ways you could play with this, but it gives you different looks depending on how you cut it. And then you could put them together. You can put them like, you know, opposite each other underneath some sort of a middle piece. So anyway, I thought that was kind of a fun one to play with. It's different. I've not seen anything like that before. The next one here, this one is called the Fancy Folded Box Pleated Border. The Box Pleated Border. And I don't think there was an example on the color pictures here, but it does this, okay? So I don't know about you, but in the past I've tried doing this. This one here, the scores go across at 7/8 of an inch, and then the middle pieces are at 1 inch. And then you just fold them and you can make those really beautiful box pleats. See if I can get my fingers to work, you know, doing something like that. So this would be a real pretty edge on something or a frame or whatnot. So I thought that was pretty fun. One thing I did kind of notice as I was doing this is you want to make sure that your paper doesn't shift when you have them in here. So the next time I do this, I'm going to actually use some low tack washi tape, and when I put my strip down over the scores, I'm going to kind of tape it down a little bit because one time when I did it, it shifted and then the scores were kind of off. So that would be another hint and tip for this. This one here is one of the rosette borders, the Fancy Folded Rosette, and this one is the one, it's probably really hard to see, but it's this one, and what it does is it makes an extra little V in the piece so that you can have a really pretty folded edge. So when I was playing with this one, I'm going to fold it up so you can see, and then I'll kind of turn it a part way so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. But it gives you that little extra bit there. And I've done these before, and I've done them by hand, and it's quite a task to do all of those scores on a regular scoreboard. So this is going to make life so much easier, and it makes a really pretty rosette with a pretty border. I think that's really fun. So again, that was really cool. This one here, is the fancy two-way border, excuse me, the fancy folded two-way border. I'm getting myself a little tongue-tied. But this one's fun because it can go, you know, like this, right? You can turn it and do it like this. This would be cute to do if you cut like the ends, like a banner piece. That would be kind of cute, don't you think? So that's a really fun idea with this one. I'm excited. I can't wait to like actually use these on a project. Now the two bigger ones, these are fun. These take 5.5-inch paper, and these are meant for the rosettes. So one of them has a 3/4 inch space between, and the other one has a 3/8 inch space between. So you can do smaller rosettes with this. And again, on the sheet here. Now you would need, if you're gonna make one that's actually 5 inches wide, you would need like at least 4 of these to do that, to make a big rosette with this. Same here. But what you could do is do your 5.5 inches in here, or your 5 inches, and then cut them so you have, you know, 2 pieces. So that's kind of a nice thing with this. But these are definitely intended for the rosettes. And then I also was thinking, you know, this actually might work if you wanted to do a real simple, real quick hidden hinge, because what you could do is, you know, fold to get your little wings here, and then you could also, you know, just kind of keep going and get your little page here. So let me show you here in a second. This one would give you a 3/8 inch gusset if you did it this way. Let's see, I did it wrong. Let me do it again. Jeez, Michelle. It's been a day. I have been in my kitchen pretty much all day, kind of meal prepping for the rest of the week because I have to work. And I just sent my husband off bowling. So let me see, did I do that right? Okay, so like here's an example. So you could, if you wanted to do a small mini album, you could use this and make a hidden hinge album too. So because the scores are big enough. So I think that's really cool. So this one would make a 3/8 inch piece, and this one would make or 3/8 inch gusset, I should say, with 3/8 inch wings to put your book on, and then this one would make a 3/4 inch gusset. So you could make, you know, a really small chunky mini album with this. That would be kind of fun. But so that's what I wanted to kind of go through my initial kind of thoughts using these. So these would not only make really cool large rosettes if you used enough strips to do that with, or you could use this, cut your strips into 5.5, and then cut smaller strips, and then, you know, basically, I mean, you don't have to score anymore, right? And then all of these other folders are just amazing. I just love them. So that's all those 8 were in this pack, and I really cannot wait to play with these. So let me get these out of the way, and then I'll show you the other ones because I was super excited about these too. So these are the ribbon border cut and emboss folders, and I don't know if you can see in this picture, but OMG, you guys, this is going to change the game for decorating layouts, cards, your mini albums, all kinds of different things. I am just so thrilled with this one. So this is what they look like. So you have the lace ribbon border, you have a rose ribbon border, and then this one here is the tufted button border. So I went and took some artisan pearl sheen paper, some pearl sheen white, and I embossed, I had some strips, and so I ran it through, and look how pretty that is. Is that not the most gorgeous thing ever? And this is the rose. This is just beautiful. And the total size, once you get it and cut it, you know, it cuts and embosses. I think the total size, or total length, I should say, is 11 7/8. So you get 4 of these, and you've got a perfect, you know, decrease in size, so you can border on a scrapbook page, you know, put it down the length and do, you know, a border strip on your, I'm so happy. Can you tell? This one here, look at this. Look how pretty that is too. And then if you wanted to, you could always go around and fussy cut around those. You could even cut this in half and then have 2 pieces here. just lovely. And then look at this border. This is so pretty. And as I was looking at this, I'm thinking, you know, if you had like enamel dots or something like that, you can add those into these little square areas here and bling it out. I mean, just adorable. So that's, yeah, I'm excited and I really want to play with these things. I just think they're so much fun. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. You know, like I said, I got my artisan cardstock and I'm super excited about that and my magnets and everything. But these, you guys, you gotta go to the store and check them out. Really, you gotta go to the store and check them out. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will be back with more videos, okay? Check the links down below for all of the products that I got in my shopping haul, and go check it out and see what you think. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care, stay crafty. Bye-bye.